Can everyone hear me? Testing. Okay, I've unmuted, so I'm hoping that's working. Is it working? Let me check. Let me check. Okay, yeah, it is working. Cool. Yeah, so I'll give it a few minutes for. Oh, yes, it's working. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll give it like I'm technically here a little bit early, but I'll give it a few minutes before I actually start. Yeah, I'm having to, in the middle of like November, turn on as many fans as possible to stop my laptop from frying. A bit quiet? Oh, okay. Is that... I brought my mic closer to me. Is that a bit better? I think it was a bit far away. I'll try that too. Let me see. Oh, okay. I hope my mic settings didn't reset. Let me double check. Okay, no. Filters? Okay, no, it's got the usual ones. I think I accidentally just turned the gain really low and then put it really far from me. Yeah. Yeah, today the motive is putting Three Houses characters into a tier list, which will be interesting because I feel like it's in a good way, it's a very polarizing cast. Like there are some characters that people have completely different opinions on, and so yeah, I'm finally unveiling these to the world for the better or worse. We'll find out. Um, and yeah, and then it gives me an excuse to just go off about Fire Emblem for a bit, which I can never go wrong with. Yeah, I hope everything so far is smooth. Sound-wise, things are okay as well. Maybe the music's a bit loud too, so I'll just pull that down a bit. Yeah, if anything's off, just let me know in chat, like especially if things start lagging or breaking down without me knowing, because yeah, I don't know how well. Currently, at least my laptop's at a reasonable temperature, but it's not the strongest thing, so yeah, it might struggle a little bit, but in the previous couple of streams I've done, it seemed to work, so fingers crossed it works this time too. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys their time here. And yeah, I guess I'll just talk about random plans and random things until like I guess 1:05, and then I'll switch to the tier list. That's what it's called. But yeah, to start off with, so this is like sort of not. I mean, I guess not a test stream because I'm actually live, but definitely figure things out and just see if it works on YouTube again. Because before I was streaming on Twitch, and then I was like, well, like basically twice. And then I just decided in the long term, I just don't think I feel too lazy to like stream on one platform and then upload the VOD on the other. I like having things in one place with respects to that, because then yeah, if someone watches, like I do want to do highlights and make videos out of the content that I do stream, and I have certain plans for that, but yeah, I just think it would be easier for people to find streams if they're all in the same place as the video. Yeah, let's go. And then yeah, I think upcoming plans, so I need to set up I do have a capture card, so I need to set up Switch game captures so that I can. I'm hoping I mean, I'm not playing the games on my laptop, so if it's just capturing the visuals of it, it should be okay. Um, I'm praying that it is because capture cards are not cheap. If not, that's gonna incentivize me a lot to maybe to push my funds towards a new PC or something like that that can take that, but I think it should be okay. But the plan is next stream would be Pokemon Violet once that's set up and ready, and once I have some time. Either if I'm lucky, I don't think I'll make it tomorrow, but maybe at Monday or Tuesday next week. That seems likely, which means I have to like run away from spoilers for the next few days. Um, which surprisingly I have been avoiding, but I have seen a few posts on Twitter about like music channels who post the OST spoiling like the final boss of the game, and I'm like, oh no no no, I can't have this. I can't have that pop up in my recommended. So, um, yeah, navigating YouTube right now is like playing gacha with whether I'll get spoiled. But hopefully, I still get to go in completely blind to that. Um, and then what else? Yeah, so Pokemon Violet, and then I've been for the longest time. I've had the Omori Switch copy for um I've had the Omori Switch copy for like months since it basically came out on Switch, and the reason why I haven't touched it was because I want to stream it. I have watched playthroughs of the game a lot, so I know the story, so I'm not going in like blind or anything, but I do want to go in with like a kind of hindsight perspective. Like I wouldn't spoil anyone whilst I was playing the game. That not like that, but I guess um analyzing stuff. Spoilers are so dangerous. I've spoiled a lot today already. Exactly. I'm so scared. Every day I browse, like every time I open Twitter or YouTube or any website, I'm like, okay, what, like Pokemon Legends, I think I was spoiled on like post game stuff on the day of release as well. It was so bad. um so yeah, I'm and it seems like I don't know, I feel like they could pull some curveballs in this plot, and I saw a blurred image of something that I have guesses as to what it is, and so I'm I'm so worried. So fingers crossed it doesn't get worse than that for any of us. Um yeah, the other thing, so yeah, like the other thing I want to stream and is Fire Emblem Engage, but I found out that I will actually be out of the country, like out away from home, like on holiday on the week of Engage release, like on the 20th. And so I actually think I'm going to go off the grid for a few days because when Three Houses released, I was spoiled on the biggest twist. Not even no, not even on release, before release, but that was a bit of my own fault. But then after Three Houses released, I still kept getting confirmation of that spoiler over and over again, so I couldn't forget about it. I can't do that with Engage. I'm not strong enough. And I do want to stream that because, yeah, I mean, like, I guess the main thing I'm known for is Fire Emblem stuff, but like, yeah, just I think it'll be fun to watch me struggle to do strategy live on national television. Yeah. Um, and yeah, so those are some game plans. And then in terms of non-gaming, I have one really unhinged idea, which is doing quotev quizzes, like really just anything I find that looks kind of wild, actually, like just going across the quotev website and doing random quizzes, and then I can link the different quizzes in chat, so if people want to join in with me and do the same quiz and then we can compare results, I think that would be really fun and entertaining, because like when I browsed the website on a whim to see if there would be good content for that, I was like, yeah, there's some funny things here. So yeah, that'll be a fun time. Um yeah, that's something I can also just do anytime. So whenever I find a spot, I'll just throw that in the mix of um Pokemon. Yeah. But yeah, the first thing is playing Pokemon Violet, and I'll kind of focus on that, I think, in terms of streams until it's finished. But I might be a bit behind most people's playthroughs anyway, just because it'll I'll start maybe a few days later than a lot of people will. So yeah, that means that hopefully people will be caught up and able to like watch without being spoiled. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for future plans. Hopefully, I follow them through in a timely fashion. But yeah, the main hurdle for me is actually just making sure the setup is all good and stuff like that. Because yeah, I wanted to do new overlays, or like not like just like transition screens, like the one you see right now, and just make sure, and then have some kind of brand for the channel. So I designed the like kind of avatar slash mascot, who has no concrete name. It's just tied to the Malefic Aura name. Um, but yeah, now that's all, yeah, which required me to draw and stuff. So that was the time constraint on that. But now that that's all out of the way, I can kind of get into more stuff. Oh, excited for words. Excited for future streams too. Thank you. I'm excited for them as well. And like yeah, I'm excited to just kind of find my way through it all and see where it goes. And I'm glad that I'm finally getting back to it after doing like two streams on Twitch, which thankfully went pretty smoothly as well, which is nice. The last one was the April Fool's Fire Emblem tier list I did, which had the like yeah, that one was that one was a long one actually. I didn't realize how long it takes to talk about characters. But yeah, I think I'll just put like a tweet out saying that I'm about to start the actual list, and then yeah, and then I'll move over to the tier list side. Let me see. Okay. One moment. Ranking now. Okay. Let me put on. Okay, I'll switch over to this. Is that? I hope that's up for everyone. And then I'll play some. Oh, I'll start my. Let me turn on the desk. I'll mute the desktop audio too, and I'll start playing that. I hope everyone can hear that well. I might let me know if things aren't working, and also if the sound is balanced okay. Let's see, and I need to remember to, yeah, go. Okay, let me just make sure my mouse is. There's too many wires on my desk. I need to fix that. Okay, so here's the list. That should be all the characters. I mean, I think that's all like the playable cast at least. Yeah, so that should be right. And then okay, I'll just start naming the tiers. So we have Fave, we have oh, you can't hear the BGM too well? Wait, is it because of my laptop volume? Is that better? I can also turn it up from the thing. How is it now? Fintil. Oh no, wait, Gatekeeper. Wait. Oh god. Wait, no. Plus Fintil. we know he's gonna be in the top anyway, so even though he's there in spirit, that's I know it's just the playable cast, but it's so sad that they missed him out. Oh man. Yeah. Fintim is missing. I mean, in case people don't know. You think the second thing I did was... Oh, you can hear it a bit better. Cool, cool. Is it all good now as well? Yeah, I think, yeah, the sound from my player was quite low. I can turn it up a little bit more too. Yeah, because I think I had it quite low for some reason, but I'm wondering if, yeah, I was misjudging how loud it would be. Oh, I forgot I need to start recording as well, just in case. Okay, hopefully that doesn't destroy my... Yeah, my laptop's okay. The F in Fintim stands for favorite. True! Yeah, absolutely. Where did my mouse go? There it is. Okay. A... Okay, what am I gonna call A to... I guess... Love... Or... I don't know if I should say... No, yeah. And then... Like... I mean, like a normal amount. And then... I mean, I could add more tiers, but... I don't think there's... No, I should be okay. The G in Gatekeeper stands for God. Also true. He's true. He's like... Yeah, he's too powerful to be playable in the base game. Yeah, they withheld Fintim from us because they feared. Yeah, yeah, feared what he could do in playable hands. Neutral slash I remember like 2 things about them. Not the one. Okay. Oh, typing is a struggle. I am struggling today. Not the one. Okay. Let's see. That should be alright for now. Let's see. Okay. So, oh yeah, it's in alphabetical order, so I guess we're starting with Aloise. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Oh god, we're off to a great start. So yeah, I guess I'll just start ranking them. It feels so sudden somehow, but I feel like I don't know if I need something between love and like a normal amount. If I start struggling then with putting characters in these tiers, then I might add something there. Yeah, I like him a normal amount. I just remember him. I don't remember too much about him, but like I just remember him being a friendly guy, you know. Yeah, he was just nice. I didn't really like design wise. He doesn't appeal to me as much, but like as like his character presence is pretty. Yeah, it's his bad jokes and everything. Like yeah, he's just a friendly dude. And yeah, I didn't use him much in my playthroughs as well, but yeah, I just liked him being around. So yeah, like a normal amount. Actually I do now I'm seeing Annette. I do need to add a tier between them. Add a row below because new like a lot, because yeah, that was an immediate oh gosh, let me shift all the no, that's you. Yellow, green. Okay, I'm gonna make this one just grey to although I don't feel that strongly about like the Three Houses characters I dislike. I don't feel it varies from day to day actually on just how salty I feel as a person actually, but I don't feel that strong of a dislike to them. But the Grey does kind of drive that home a bit more than I would have thought. But yeah, Annette is, yeah, I like her a lot. She's probably at the higher end of this tier. She's she's so friendly and sweet, and I love her supports where with like Felix and Claude, where she's singing. And I love her post-skip design. I just really enjoyed using her and having her around. Like she's a character that even though I don't think about her too often, like when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, she's a nice character, she's a nice person. Like just her presence is pretty great. But yeah, outside of that, I guess I'm not in the kind of love territory, just because I feel like there are characters that I definitely think about more or get excited about more than I would Annette. I would put Ash in love tier though, because like Ash is he's so wholesome. He's such a great character. I love his supports with Felix, and where he's just not phased at all by like Felix's bitchiness in the slightest, and I love that so much. The way he's just like, oh yeah, you're just like the knight in the book. I'm like, he's completely not phased. And also consistently across his pre-skip, post-skip, and 3 hopes design, I feel like he's got the consistently the best designs. I like all 3 of them. There are some characters where I feel have better designs than others, but his is consistent. Ash soft boy, exactly. He really is. He's so polite, but yeah, he's just great, and I love using him. Blessed character all around. I guess next up is Bernadetta, who I feel like is either people really like her or don't like her, and I can't bring myself to like her as much. I thought I would before the game released, so I sort of tried to, but I feel so bad putting her here because she's just a little person there as well, and she's in Not the One. But like, yeah, it's just Bernadette is one of those characters that I'm like, I wish I liked you, but for some reason it's not clicking. I think it's mostly just the like comedic relief supports with her that threw me off of it, because like when she has quite serious character moments, I do actually end up enjoying her a lot more. But like the kind of I guess the part of like, I don't know how to explain it, like the sort of satirize, the way they satirize, I don't know if that's a word, but make her anxiety sort of a point of humor in a lot of her early supports. Just I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I thought I would. But at the same time, like, yeah. Hello, Huck, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. Yeah, I was just ranking Bernadetta and saying about how I feel bad that I put her so low. But yeah, unfortunately, she is just not the character for me. But like at the same time, like when I see fan art and stuff of her or anything, I mean, actually in general with characters I dislike, I don't get much that bothered when I see stuff of them, because I still like people love posting about characters they like. So yeah, it's just a personal where, yeah, a lot of the characters in Not the One, I don't feel that strongly towards them. It's just that if I was to think about, oh, would I go out of my way to like draw or consume any content for this character, I probably wouldn't. But yeah. And then Byleth. This is gonna be an interesting one because Byleth is like a silent protagonist, and yet I think these days I would put them up here. This is a change that literally happened over the past few months since Three Hopes released, but I think I definitely put them at the top or close to the top. Claude still wins over Byleth, but for me, but yeah, for Byleth, it's like design-wise, I just like them a lot. I specifically like male Byleth's design. Female Byleth's took a bit of time to grow on me, but I did play, like, my first playthroughs of all the routes were as female Byleth, so I'm just naturally attached to her. But yeah, when I was playing Three Hopes, I put male Byleth as the... I haven't finished Three Hopes, but that'll be an eventuality. But I put male Byleth as the other, you know, yeah, I can't remember the word for it because you have to pick both Shaz's and Byleth's gender. But yeah, so currently he's that his presence in Three Hopes is really interesting so far. Like, I like that they're leaning into the whole, you know, stone cold like mercenary. Oh god, that's a musical shift. Stone cold mercenary kind of vibe. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, but I like both Byleths. I think I lean a bit more towards male Byleth these days, but I just think they're both cool. And I'm to be fair, I just like even though people say they're fed up of them, I do think silent protagonists can be kind of fun as well. Because you can just project whatever you want onto them, and to be fair, that's not like, you're not incorrect for doing that. Although I guess Byleth's silence is a part of their character. But yeah. So yeah, they're really high for me. And then next is Caspar. I'd say I put him at the top of, or close to the top of, like, a normal amount. Because I do enjoy him a lot, but I just don't think he's another character that I think I haven't just considered in a while. Probably because it's been a while since I've played, like, actually seen him in a Fire Emblem game. Like, I played Black Eagles so long ago, like, a month after Three Houses released, and then I haven't been on a Black Eagles route or anything since, because I'm doing Golden Wildfire for Three Hopes first, so I've seen maybe 2 lines from Caspar. And so yeah, he's like in the middle of where I like enjoyed him a lot in Three Houses, but he wasn't like one of my favorite characters. I just liked him. But yeah, I always do enjoy like the really headstrong, kind of rushes into the action kind of character. I liked how he bounced off of a lot of other characters and supports, like him and Hubert. That was a funny support. And then Caspar and Linhardt are really sweet as a pair as well. So I remember pairing them together. And then yeah, so I remember liking him, but not much beyond that currently. I feel like my feelings towards a lot of the characters were stronger when I was doing their route, because obviously you just get really immersed in it. So it might actually just change once I pick up the whatever the Black Eagles route is called in Free Hopes. I forgot. Scarlet something? Yeah. Catherine. Also a bit of a difficult one to rank. I like as on her own, I think I just like her a normal amount, but I like Catherine and Shamir as like a unit a lot. Like I think I prefer Shamir over Catherine as a character as well, so she'd probably go in like a lot. But yeah, Catherine, I think it's hard for me because I'm not as invested in the church characters, like the ones who are really loyal to Rhea specifically, as much. Although I do like Setheth and Flame a lot, so I don't know. I think, yeah, I liked her, like her dynamic with Shamir specifically, but I think her as an individual character, like she has, from what I remember, she has in her like really powerful loyalty to Rhea has done some questionable things. So, I mean, so I think she's like a well-written character, and I think she's a good character, but I think personally, again, like I like her, but I'm not hyper invested in her specifically. So, yeah, I think that's where she falls for me. And then Claude, he is my favorite Three Houses character and the top 3 Fire Emblem characters. It is quite funny how like 2 of my top 3 Fire Emblem characters are just straight up archers, which is interesting because I don't think I naturally gravitate towards Fire Emblem archers, but not the archer class. But like for some reason, I just like a lot of like Ash is right below Claude here as well. So there's clearly a trend, without me even realizing. But yeah, Claude is my favorite of the 3 lords. His route was the one I played first. I love his charisma. I like that it's sort of a mask for that like insecurity almost, and the fact that he actually has like problems trusting other I always like characters with trust issues. Maybe that's it. Oh god. We have Claude and we have Takumi, archers both with trust issues but in completely different ways. Like I really like that Claude has I think like Edelgard and Dimitri have very strong personalities, and I like that a lot, but I do like how Claude is a lot more mellow compared to them. Like he just seems like a chill guy, but like with like quite subtle insecurities instead, which I think is really cool. And I think it's a nice contrast against the other lords, so it's like it kind of breaks up the roots quite nicely. And it's nice to sort of view the like conflict from an external lens in that respect, because I don't know. And I think like it is funny how like everyone before going into the game thought he was going like I remember everyone like before the game released, everyone was like, the marketing was all like, oh yeah, Claude's like really scheming and conniving, and then it's like, no, he's like the nicest guy out of the 3 lords sometimes, and I think that's really funny. But yeah, he's really great, and I think he's really in like deep, like he has a lot of layers to him that that don't always necessarily show themselves from the outset, but they sort of come through the more you dig in, and I like that because it's like, okay, there's lots to gain from this character. And there was something else I was going to say about him that I forgot. Oh, yeah, I think I do see a common take, actually, amongst fans that they think that his character is the weakest of the 3 lords, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think in terms of character writing, the main lords are pretty evenly matched for me, because I think they all serve their narrative purpose quite well. And I mean, with Claude, it's like, just because his personality or like conflict isn't as in your face, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily not there or that there's no writing for that. But yeah, so I will I've been going off for him about him for I think at least 3 minutes straight. I could go longer, but I might be way too long doing that. But yeah. And then Cyril. I don't know how to rank Cyril, actually. I actually haven't seen anything of Cyril in a long time. So I actually just don't remember. Okay, I remember like 2 things about him. I don't actually remember enough I love Claude as a character. I feel like he's super nuanced. Exactly. That's why I'm so confused when people are like, "Oh, he's the blandest of the three." I'm so confused. I'm like, "Are we looking at the same guy here?" I was so shook by what I was seeing. It's funny because like sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, it's good to do like show, not tell, and not have super in your face writing." But then when a character with that kind of writing comes up, they're like, "Oh, I don't know anything about them." I think that's quite funny. Um, yeah, I think he's super nuanced, and I think like as a Fire Emblem Lord, he's really unique. Um, and yeah, I like that a lot. I like how his personal conflicts are sort of also a bit different, I guess, like compared to your typical Fire Emblem Lord. I could go off about him for so long. Unfortunately, I cannot go off about Cyril for nearly as long because I don't remember anything about him, and I feel so bad because like he just seems like a polite little guy, you know. I never disliked him playing the game. That's something I do remember just thinking, yeah, he's cool whilst playing Three Houses, but outside of that, yeah, it's he's one of the characters that because also there's like I just didn't see as much of the fandom discuss. I know there's like people always get into discourse about like every Three Houses character, but I sort of tuned it out after a while, so I'd forget a lot of it. um, and yeah, next up, Dimitri. I would put him if he would go there right above Ash. I love Dimitri. Yeah, like I mean, I don't even know actually where to start with him. I just think actually yeah, like his in terms of I really 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 wish I was not spoiled on his character shifts like or certain parts of the Blue Lions route with Dimitri. Although we did see like the time skip trailer for Three Houses shows what he's like post time skip will kill every last one of them. So that's that I was aware of, but there was a certain cutscene that I saw before actually playing Blue Lions, and I was so sad that I didn't get to experience that firsthand because I would have been chilled. I mean, I still got chills watching it without even what do you call it? Without even having going in blind, but yeah, I love Dimitri a lot. My liege, so true. He's like I like how he has his struggles. I mean anytime the character's going through it, I'm automatically drawn to them. And I really do like again, he's also like quite a different approach to like I feel like all the Three Houses Lords are quite at least to me, because I haven't played as many old Fire Emblem titles yet, so I'm not too sure about if there are tropes that sort of come through with them. But yeah, like I also feel like Dimitri is quite refreshing as a Fire Emblem Lord. Like seeing his struggles with trauma and mental health, like I think that was really cool. And then just like some of his supports though, like are really endearing as well. Cause yeah, like I don't know how to explain it, but his like kind of comedic, light-hearted moments are really endearing to me as well. And yeah, like the way that I can't actually remember where I was going with that. But yeah, I do love Dimitri a lot. I think around Three Houses release time, I was a bit more in a Dimitri rabbit hole than I am now, but like he is one character that when he comes up again or like something new for him comes up, I'm sort of paying attention. Yeah. Dorothea. I like her a lot. I really like Dorothea. Yeah, I think I like Annette a little bit more. I'm not too sure actually, but they're sort of giving me similar likeness vibes. Yeah, words. I'd say, yeah, I think yeah, she's just. I remember her having some really striking lines post skip in Three Houses. the the one line about Ferdinand that makes me really upset. But yeah, and I remember. I mean, I used her quite a lot. And I think I recruited her in my first playthrough as well, and then I used her as a dancer or something. I feel like I did that. Um, so I ended up having her in my party a lot just because she makes a, yeah, like she's sort of one of the characters that the game's like encourages you to have as a dancer. I love Dorothea a lot in combination with other characters. The dynamics are so good. Exactly. I was about to get to that. Like her supports are like I always looked forward to them. And yeah, I think she's another character that yeah, I get a lot from her interactions with other people. Like she just bounces off everyone really well. I like how she is yeah, I like how she speaks her mind and stuff like that. So she does call out some characters, and I think it's quite entertaining to see where the interactions go from that. Um and yeah, she's pretty great. And yeah, design wise, I like her a lot. I like her hat pre-skip as well. And but then yeah, her post. Also in Three Hopes, it says dislikes herself, which is a mood. Oh no, but also true. Oh god. Yeah, I didn't even realize that that was on her dislikes. Oh no. Was that in the Three Houses dislikes as well? I feel like it could have been, but man, in Three Hopes as well. Man, yeah. Like I like Dorothea's personal struggles as well make me feel a lot. Yeah. I do like her a lot. Now I've kind of been going off about her. I think I like her a bit more than Annette. If she go in front, there we go. She's just yeah, she's really great. Um, okay, next up, did you um I think on the lower end of like a lot. He's one character that I just remember having strong feelings of liking him, but haven't seen much of recently. But I just yeah, he's just like a really gentle soul. I remember I every time I think about the please don't eat the weeds line, he's like trying his best to take care of Dimitri, and this guy is so chaotic. And he's like, no, please, don't eat the weeds, I beg of you. I do like that a lot. He does, yeah, he's, I think I just like how he's such a level-headed, calming presence. And like, I just felt like whenever I was going to have a conversation with Deju in game, I haven't seen how he is in Three Hopes yet, but in Three Houses, like, I was like, oh yeah, I can take it easy. He's sort of like a really relaxing presence as a character. So yeah, I like him a lot. But yeah, I think I would put him a bit higher in the situation where I'd played a Blue Lions thing recently. Because I feel like I do remember him leaving a decent, like, lasting impression. I do think it was so unfair that, like, I think we lose Dedu for a bit in Blue Lions, like, and you have to make sure you do his paralogue or something to make sure you can get him back. I was like, he doesn't deserve this. But yeah, he's really great. Edelgard. Okay, it depends on the day. Edelgard, like, when I'm okay, if she's in Fae, if she's like during Fallen Edelgard time and where she literally ruled the meta, she did I think drop down a bit for me. And then I think at one point, like, when at the height of Edelgard and Dimitri discourse, I sort of took a step back from both characters because I was like, I'm gonna collect my own thoughts on them rather than being stressed out by fandom takes. But I think today I like her a lot. Probably under. Did you? Yeah, I'd say so. I think so. Like, I like what I just like that she is morally questionable. I like characters that are morally questionable. I like that she does things that, like, I mean, she's a very ends justify the means character, and I don't agree with her methods at all, but like, I do like that there is a character, like, one of the lords is just someone who straight up, I mean, yeah, does like drive head like herself head first into things and does sort of, yeah, do things that aren't necessarily correct, but sort of, yeah, for a decent cause. So like, you kind of understand some of her reasoning, but at the same time you don't know how to feel about it. I think that's an interesting, that's a really interesting character. And I do like that, like, she is a female character that isn't written to be like really soft and naive, because I think sometimes I do tire of that sort of trope of like, yeah, innocent naive female character is like can't do any wrong. I'm just like, no, she's doing wrongs, and I'm here for them. So I do like her a lot. Sometimes, yeah, depending, but like, she did used to be one of my favorite characters for a while. Like, when Three Houses first came out and I was fully in like the honeymoon phase for the game, I did like her quite a lot. But I think, yeah, she's one of those characters that over time I just stopped liking so deeply, I guess. Maybe also because certain yeah, I don't know. Nah, yeah, like, it just sort of faded over time. And then, yeah, and then I think Fallen Edelgard tested everyone's willpower towards her for a bit. I feel like, yeah, even though I don't play Faye that competitively or anything, I just, yeah, that was a period of my life where I was struggling. I was like, oh my gosh. And then yeah, oh sorry, like, had a brain empty, head empty moment. But yeah, I do like what she sort of represents as a character. I just think that she doesn't appeal to me as much as she used to. So she's fallen off from like fave or love tier for me. Felix. Probably beneath Ash? Beneath or above? No, beneath, I'd say, actually. Yeah. I I like Felix because I just think his presence is... I like characters that are just... they have no filter. Yeah, and he has no filter. I mean, it is like... yeah, I mean, I like Takumi so much that I feel like I do have to... by proxy, I sort of just like Felix anyway, because it's like the same. They're similar but different. I'd say... I don't know which one's sharper tongued. It varies, I think. But yeah, I think I like how Felix sort of contrasts to everyone else in the Blue Lions being like noble knight vibes. He's just like, I've had enough of this, I hate it here. The trio of good boys in the love tier. True. Do not separate them. Yeah, I like, he's... yeah, I like Felix a lot. I mean, I'm just in general, like, the Sun kind of character always gets to me. And yeah, I like I think my favorite design of his is his Three Houses post-skip design. I like that. Whatever is going on with his hairstyle, it doesn't make sense to me, but I like whatever is going on there. And yeah, his supports are just really interesting to me. I like how there are some characters that he's just so snappy towards and he's such a problem, and then there's like other ones where, like with like Annette, where, oh, I actually can't be that mean to them anymore. I think that's quite funny. Yeah, he's really great. I think he brings a good element of chaos to the Blue Lions. Ferdinand, I like him. A lot. Probably at the top. I feel bad that he's actually just not higher than this because he is Ferdinand. But yeah, I think like personality wise, I love him so much. And I like how he in both of his like post skip appearances, he has like the longer hair. Love to see. Yeah, he's another really fun character. I remember like before Free Houses released, so many people thought they were gonna find him annoying, and just collectively as a fandom, like everyone really loves him. Which yeah, that correct, true. um, yeah, Ferdinand is he brings such a great vibe to the Black Eagles, or just to the cast in general. He's so earnest, and he's doing his best, and yeah, I think like I can't stop thinking about the line in Dorothea's support where she calls him a bee or something like that. But yeah, he's like I thought that was really, I don't know why that sticks in my head, but yeah, I just that's a funny vibe to me. Ferdinand von Ayer, exactly. We are Ferdinand von Ayer. Yeah, he's like one character that I've never seen anyone hate on, and I think that's correct. Like if there's anyone to have a consensus on, I feel like it's him. Flane, I'll put her beneath Ferdinand and Dorothy. I think I like her a lot. She's so cute. She's like yeah, I always went out of my way to recruit her, except in places where I couldn't. She's really sweet. I love her. Like I can't stop thinking about that one, you know, when you're in the monastery and there's just one like line where she's like the fish. I love her obsession with fish, because yeah, I think that's really funny. I love how she's so enthusiastic, and there's a fishing tournament. One of my favorite parts of Three Houses is probably when we have to catch a fish in the fishing tournament, in like, which is done for her sake. I'm like, yeah, so true. Let's get Flane a good fish. She's so sweet. Yeah, I like her a lot. Okay. Yeah, I don't like Gilbert. I think he's a good character, but I don't like him as a person. Yeah, like if I like Annette a lot, then I'm not really gonna like Gilbert for sort of neglecting her, I guess. Yeah, that's a way of putting it. Like yeah, I mean, I don't the fact that he sort of, I get like, oh, wanting to be loyal to, no, I don't actually, because I'm the least patriotic person ever, so no, I don't get the blind loyalty to your kingdom kind of thing. But yeah, I know like he sacrifices a lot for that, and it makes sense character wise and narrative wise. I think it's very interesting. I think he's characters like him are important. But that doesn't mean, I don't like him as a person. Yeah, like I said, because I can't believe he'd do Annette like that. Yeah, I do, and like, you can tell he feels guilty as well for what he's done. But you know, it's at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I just. I don't know how to put it. I know, like, I think it's a general agreed thing as well that not many people... Okay, yeah, so Ferdinand's like a character that lots of people like. I feel like Gilbert, I never know how to pronounce it actually, but I feel like he's a character that consistently people are not a fan of, and I am unfortunately one of them. Hanuman, I like a normal amount. More or less than Alois? Probably more. I like his design a lot. I like the scholarly, polished look, and the monocle. Does he have a monocle? He does, right? Yeah, it's really blurred there. But yeah, I think that's, like visually he's really cool. I think he's just a really interesting character, or like, I don't know about I can't remember much about him, so I don't exactly remember what was interesting about him. I just thought it was, yeah, it was because he's like the character who sort of helps you find out more about your crest from the beginning and stuff like that. So yeah, story wise at the start, he has a bit of presence. Um, and yeah, I think that's really cool. And oh yeah, as his bickering with Manuela is funny because he's like a polished dude, and then he suddenly just gets really petty. And I like that. I like it when characters that aren't usually petty suddenly become petty. I think that's really funny. Yeah, I like him a normal amount. Hilda, do I like her more or less than Dimitri? Okay, no, I love her more than Dimitri because yeah, I love Hilda so much. I really like that she's like, okay, I love Charlotte and Fates, and by extension of liking Charlotte and Fates, I really like Hilda. Because they're like, oh yeah, I'm such a damsel. Oh gosh, like what will I ever do on the battlefield? And then like they wield the heaviest weapon, an axe, and absolutely shred through the battlefield. I like that so much. I like that. I think that's fun. And also like when you learn about her reasons for being like for wanting like yeah she knows like obviously it's not right to just try and get other people to do everything for you, but like her reasons when you learn that like you kind of sympathize with it, like the idea that oh if people expect nothing from you then they won't be disappointed, like yeah I get that. I feel you, bro. um and yeah, so I think that's cool. And then I just like her as like the kind of number two to Claude. Like she's as the like retainer character. Like Deju and Huber um are so loyal, which I think is cool. But then Hilda is like I don't know. She's like a bit of an age like she is loyal and she's like but more on less on like a retainer level and more on like a friend kind of equal level. And I think that's really cool. Um, yeah, she's just such a fun character. I love her so much. Hilda is an icon. Exactly. And she's also another character who, like, visual-wise, across all of her designs, looks really great. Especially, I think her time skip ones, I love the color scheme so much. I love her Three Hopes design, I think, the most. But they're all really good. Um, yeah, Hilda's really blessed. Um, and yeah, I actually need to like make a small bathroom stop, so I'll be right back in like a minute. And yeah, and then we'll get to Hubert because I'm like I might end up talking about Hubert for a while, I feel like. So I'll see you all in a sec. Okay, I'm back. Let me just, yeah. Can, oh, actually, before I get back to everything, I'll just do a quick like sound and quality test update just to make sure it's all good. Or like as a like, oh yeah, let me know if something's off or not working. Yeah, I will get to, one sec. I'll get to Hubert, who I'm gonna feel so bad for this, but I think he's at the top of I like a normal amount. Welcome back, thank you. And the reason is I think entirely I like him again interacting with other characters. I like him with like Ferdinand, like I like them as a unit a lot, but I mean it's been so long actually since I've seen Hubert, so I get the feeling that when I get to was it Scarlet Blaze, whatever it's called, in Three Hopes, my take will like shift completely on him. But I think like I like him, but I think design-wise he doesn't appeal to me as much. And because I am really shallow with design sometimes, like sometimes I'm like, okay, if it doesn't, like there's a cap on how much I can get super obsessed with them. But like I think he's a good character and I like how edgy he is. And yeah, I like how he's sort of like yeah, I like how he's sort of like he's like a background kind of brains and tactics, and I think he like as he works like obviously him and Edelgard bounce off each other quite well, but like I mean I don't like them in like a pairing sense. I think I like the like the idea of just having the someone behind the scenes who's like looking into like because he's looking into things like those who slither and stuff like that from what I remember. So I like that idea, like how he's sort of yeah yeah I like that he's sort of around in the background like that, but yeah he no, the more I talk about him he might move up. He might move up as I rank more characters that I feel less strongly about. I feel so bad because like I like him so much, but also at the same time I don't feel as strongly towards him. It's a weird juxtaposition that I have in my brain for some reason. Yeah, he is a character that bounces off really entertainingly with others. It's just funny how like you have some of the Black Eagles who are so like you have Caspar and you have Ferdinand and then you have Hubert interacting with them, and it's really entertaining to see that. Yeah, he's pretty great. Ignatz, he is at the top of like a lot. Maybe sometimes he's in the bottom of love for me, actually. Like playing Three Hopes, he's currently in the bottom of love for me, I think, because like I feel like people overlook him so much, and I feel so bad for him because I actually just love how easygoing he is. Again, he's an archer in Three Hopes, so maybe there's a trend here. I just think he's so gentle, and he's just such a nice character. I like how and the way like he has his passion for painting, but he also contends with like the expectations of him being a knight and stuff. I like that a lot. He's been really fun to play as in Three Hopes as well. Like I don't want to, I guess, give away too much of how he plays in case people haven't gotten to that part of his route yet, or Claude's route. His route, Ignatz, has taken over the Golden Deer. But yeah, he's just such a great character. Like he's one character, the more I think about, like I'm just like, oh, you're really great. Yeah, I love him a lot. I think my favorite design of him is his Three Houses post skip design. I love the colors on it, the green. He pulls off green really well. Green is such a hard color to pull off sometimes as well. I mean, I like how the golden deer is. You'll notice as I get through the rest of the golden deer, they're all going to be really high up. I'm attached to them as a house. They're my favorite, but yeah, he's really great. Ingrid, I like a normal amount. I think I liked her a lot more. I like her as like a childhood friend of like the Blue Line, so I like her in that group interaction, but I think as an individual, I'm not like, sometimes I like her, sometimes I'm like 50-50. I think, wait one sec, I just need to sit better. I think as a, yeah, design wise, I really like her like Three Houses design. I'm not too sure, I can't remember what her Three Hopes design was actually. Oh wait, one second. Just give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think, yeah, she's an okay character to me. Like, okay, I don't know how, the way I'm talking about her, it sounds like I feel neutral, but I do like her, like, presence. It's pretty, and I remember having fun using her as a unit, because I like Pegasus Knight sort of focused characters, and she fits really well into that role naturally. So she was really strong for me. But yeah, I think maybe, yeah, like individually, I don't have as strong feelings towards her. To be fair though, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, Hubert might go up soon because like I don't consider, like, when I consider the gap between how much I like let me do some rearranging. I think I like Caspar more than Ingrid, and Hubert might go up at some point because I think, although I like Hubert and Caspar on a similar level, so this actually works, but yeah, I think that works a bit better. Yeah, Caspar really did get a promotion over time. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Leonie, I don't know if, again, she's another one. I don't know if I put her in love or like a lot. Currently, I love her. I'm playing Three Hopes, so there's some bias again. I really like her design, and Leonie kind of is reminiscent of Hinoka to me, like the kind of, I guess, tomboyish character. I'm always drawn to them because I kind of relate a little bit. Like, I'm not a super feminine person. So yeah, I like Leonie in that respect. I feel like people are really harsh on her, especially in Three Houses, because of like how she looks up to Geralt and stuff, but that doesn't really bother me because it's not like I mean, like, it's just like, yeah, she has a mentor, and sometimes when people are young, they just sort of idolize like one person, so it kind of makes sense to me. And like Gerald's a great guy, so I can't blame her. It's not like it comes out of nowhere. And it's, yeah, she just like it's more out of her aspiration to become a mercenary rather than her, like, I don't know, necessarily her fixation. I guess I know people her B support in Three Houses comes after an unfortunate chapter, and so the timing of it is really bad. I think that is apparently, like, that is something that happened, so it doesn't look good, but yeah, otherwise, like, I really like her. I love her designs. I love using her. She's a really strong unit. She's been so fun and likable in Three Hopes. I think maybe it was, as well as I play more of Three Hopes, I might end up liking the cast as a whole more again, because I know, like, some of their writing approaches have been changed because of the way the circumstances are a little bit different in the game as well. But yeah, I mean, it's there aren't going to be many golden deer that are low for me. That, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is super high, but I currently like her a lot. Um, oh, yeah. Linhart, either, okay, just above Ferdinand, actually, since also playing a bit of Three Hopes, because I just have him randomly in Three Hopes right now, and I really, it's like half from a design perspective and another half from like character perspective, but like I really like his Three Hopes design. I don't know why, I just think it's really good. I like the hairstyle so much, specifically. Yeah, I think he's another fun character. Like his laziness. Yeah, I do feel it sometimes. It is indeed a mood. But yeah, he's a really he's a great character. I don't know what else I could say. Yeah, I'm trying to think actually. I've been enjoying his supports a lot. And like his kind of apathetic presence compared to other characters is actually quite refreshing, because it's like, oh, you have so many enthusiastic people, it's nice to break that up with someone who literally does not give a damn. Yeah, he's great. Lorenz, okay, I'm gonna put him between Edelgard and Hubert. Which, yeah, like, Lawrence is, I don't know what it is, like, I thought I'd really hate him. And then every time he opens his mouth, I like him more. He's just really funny, like, entertaining to me. And also, but then, like, also really endearing, because his development is something I think that I really like. I like how he sort of changes, he kind of matures a bit, becomes a bit less obnoxious. I'm actually surprised, because design-wise, he looks okay to me, surprisingly, even though I know he's not meant to. Like, his haircut is imagine putting Lawrence above Huey. What the fuck? Exactly. You know, I was ready to be roasted for this one. That is like the true shocker is that he is above Hubert for me, which I did not think about, but yeah, I don't know why I like Lawrence so much, I just do. He's just so endearing to me. He's so silly. Yeah, he's great. I think it's kind of funny, because I mean, Lawrence and Hilda sort of flip-flop between the Mal, what are you saying right now? I cannot believe my ears. I am like I'm truly putting you through a crisis right now. Yeah, I know when we talk later, like, I'm not gonna hear the end of this. Yeah, I think design-wise he looks fine. I don't know why. I think it's the purple. I like the purple. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Laura. Yeah, I'm inclined. Like, the thing is that putting him there, for some reason I don't even feel like second guessing on myself. I put him between Edelgard and Hubert, and I was like, yeah, this feels right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the golden deer bias is very strong with me, I've just realized. And yeah, like, it is kind of interesting, because I think him and Hilda flip-flop between being like the golden deer number 2, but in different ways. Like, Lawrence is sort of like the anti number 2 almost. Like, he sort of acts as a foil for a bit of it. Bernadetta is purple too. Look at her down there. Okay, Faz, that is not a reason to like. Oh no, what have I done? Yeah, this is why I said that my opinions might be a bit unhinged, because this ordering is not what you would expect from anyone except maybe me. And this is, I don't know if, no, this is actually maybe pretty close to what my order was deep down at the time of Three Houses releasing, except Edelgard being that low. But yeah, Lawrence is really he's really the point of conflict in this tier list, which I predicted he might be, because I was like, I'm gonna place him higher than I think a lot of people might. And then Lysithea, okay, like back when Three Houses released, I might have put her like at the top, because I remember in that Choose Your Legend where Edelgard, Dimitri, Claude, and Lysithea took the top 4. I voted for all 4 of them that year, because I was in my like big Three Houses honeymoon phase. And design-wise, Lysithea is also purple. Poor Bernadetta, the purple is not saving her. Design-wise, I really like Lysithea. Character-wise, here? Yeah, I think she'd just go there. I don't have any specific reason for putting her there specifically. I'm just like, do I like her more than Did You? Do I like her more than Annette? And then, yeah, they're just, that's, so I guess Annette is gatekeeping her from being higher. I'm sorry. It's, yeah, she's kind of gone down a fair bit. But yeah, I mean, she's a really interesting character to me. And oh yeah, as a unit, like I do like the like glass cannon mage a lot. So she is fun to use. I did actually in my first Three Houses playthrough give her the staff that belongs to Lawrence, and I didn't use Lawrence in that run because I accidentally killed him. Which makes his ranking even more confusing, because in my first playthrough of Three Houses, he wasn't there post-skip. I don't know what his post-time skip Three Houses lines are. Oh no. That does not help my case. But yeah, I used her and she was really fun, and then I'd recruit her every playthrough and have her do like warp tactics for when I was feeling lazy and didn't want to finish a map in like 20 turns. I just warp like my strongest character, like Byleth or someone, to the other side and have them take the bosses down in 2 turns, and that was fun. I was like, oh yeah, I'm breaking Fire Emblem in 2 right now. I feel smart. Even though it was, I guess, a tried and tested tactic. Linhardt did do some of the same things that she did for me, actually, like warping people, because they can both learn the warp spell, which is wild. But yeah, yeah, she's cool. I like yeah, design. Her personality is like, I used to be more drawn to it, but I'm not as much now. I think because of that one support where she's mean to Ignatz, and I'm like, why? But I mean, I sympathize with her a lot because obviously her circumstances are very difficult. But yeah, she's a cool character. Manuela, I'd put her here. Yeah, I like her. I like her a normal amount. I think like a normal amount looks so low because it's I have 3 tiers for characters that I'm really obsessed with. But yeah, Manuela, she's a really fun character. I think I like how she is a bit of a mess sometimes. I think, yeah, it's like, I feel you, man. Especially the more adult I become, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't drink or anything, but I relate to the feeling sometimes, the going through it. But yeah, Manuela's really, yeah, she's a fun character, but I don't feel strongly towards her or anything, I guess. Yeah. I don't actually have much to say because I can't. She's another character that I don't remember too many details about, having not encountered much of her for a while. But yeah, she's pretty cool. Marianne. Yeah, Marianne, I think, would go above Felix. I think, so I do think, like, yeah, I guess Marianne is, I feel bad for saying it, but like, the way I wanted them to approach Bernadetta, I feel like they actually did approach with Marianne, because like her issues of anxiety weren't really treated as something to I guess, laugh at, so I could kind of take a lot of her supports a bit more seriously. And also, it's just like, I mean, I don't know anyone who dislikes Marianne, actually. She's another character. I'm like, like sweet as well. And I mean, I love her. And also blue is my favorite color. So like design wise, I love her because of the like wavy blue hair. All her designs are just solid. Yeah, and it's something that is nice is that we see her gradually sort of start to, you know, be nicer to herself, because she's thinks very lowly of herself at the start. I like, yeah, and like in Three Houses Post Skip, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we see that kind of shift, and it's like she's a bit more confident, but she's still also working on it. Like, I think that's a really realistic and grounded approach. And like, I like her supports as well, because no one can be mean to Marianne. One of her first support chains I got was her and Ash, so I ended up liking them both a lot collectively. I thought they had a really sweet support. I felt so bad for her because I think Ash thought she was a ghost and he got terrified. But yeah, I love Marianne a lot. Golden Deer bias is real. Next up is Mercedes. No, I won't put her there. No, I don't. I think she goes. Yeah. I really like Mercedes. She's again, another like she's just such a soothing presence. Like, I mean, Mercedes and Dedu actually, at like both characters that I just really like because they're so relaxing to interact with or have around. And like, yeah, it's just like, okay, you know, they're just really gentle. And yeah, Mercedes, I like her design. I think I like all of her designs. I think her Three Hopes design wins for me. It's so good. Yeah, she's just really sweet. I don't know. And I think it's like, yeah, I think also her supports, I remember her being really interesting and nuanced as well. I can't remember exactly how because my memory, again, this is a trend. All I remember is the vibes I had when playing the game and not the details for some characters. I think Mercedes is great, and I don't have much else to say about her currently. But yeah, Petra. Yeah, I put Petra there. Petra's, yeah, another just character that I just like having around. Like, she's just really, she's doing her best. She's really earnest. She's really, I like her design. I think her character's really interesting too. And I remember recruiting her as well, in my first playthrough of Three Houses. So like, I sort of did get attached to her. Like, I got her and Dorothea's ending. I kind of want to put her next to Dorothea now, even though that means she jumps up 3 houses. Like, even though, yeah, like that puts her up a bunch of places. Just because, like, I really like them as a pair. They're really sweet. But, yeah, I like Petra a lot. And I'm trying to think of other things, but my head's kind of empty right now, unfortunately. But yeah, she's just another really endearing character. I like characters that are just doing their best. And yeah, I think I like a lot of the. Actually, yeah, I like my opinions on the Black Eagles are all over the place. Because there's some characters I'm like, oh, I should like you more, but for some reason I don't. And then like, yeah, and then there's some that I like quite a high amount. Petra was always MVP for me. Same. Like, the only the character I can always count on to outspeed people was Petra. She was such a useful unit as well. Yeah, I mean, also in general, I like using characters that are fast and like glass cannony. I don't know, I just think I like playing Fire Emblem with aggression, which is kind of wild. She's really great. Okay, Raphael. I am actually just neutral on Raphael. He's the only. It is quite wild that I have all the Deers really high, but then Raphael is just so neutral for me, and I feel so bad because there's nothing wrong with Raphael as a person or a character, but it's just like, I guess because like his main thing is um like food and training, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. And also like design wise, he just doesn't appeal to me personally, even if he is a gentle, like really friendly guy. um yeah, I don't, I've never felt anything strong towards him, even though like not a dislike, not a like, I've just not felt anything, and I feel bad because I'm like, it's Raphael. But yeah, I didn't end up using him as much as well because like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with him, but yeah, he's sort of just, yeah, in the neutral area for me. Rare. Ah, okay. I think she goes here. Trying to think about why, but I just think she goes there. Rhea's like, again, I think really interesting, well-written character. I like her design a lot, but there's something I think about, there's something that stops me from getting too attached to her, and I can't remember what it is, but like she can go a bit higher actually. I feel like nah, because like the more I think about her, I'm like, I do like her more than some of these other characters. Yeah, I put her there, but I can't, yeah, I just think, yeah, I guess I'm just not into, like, obviously I just didn't deeply connect with her as much, or not after the game released. I think a lot of I just liked her design and like what she stood for as a character, like the kind of twists of her also not necessarily being completely innocent or completely good. I like that a lot, but yeah, personality wise, like she doesn't strongly appeal to me. She's just like, yeah, she's cool. Seteth, I like more or less than Lawrence. No, I like him more than Lawrence. There's no oh yeah, I like Seteth more than Lawrence. I like that Seteth is like, he's not blind to like the wrongdoings of the church sometimes. Like, even though he does stay quite loyal to them, he's also still like, I feel like he'd make a good leader. And he's still like a bit critical of what, certain things going on around him. And also, yeah, he's just really again earnest and nice, and yeah, I just like him a lot. And all the Seteth memes about being stuck in the McDonald's play place that came yeah, that came up at the beginning of after Free Houses released were imagine putting Seteth over Hubie. Every character I put above Hubert, imagining wondering if Seteth or Lawrence is better. Every time, every character I put above Hubert is like is a personal attack on you. It gets worse. Yeah, that it's because it also just pushes him further down. Oh my god. Yeah, this crisis I'm inducing is actually very entertaining to me right now. Yeah. What can I say? Yeah, Seteth is he's great. I also think like some of the like, I mean, on my timeline on Twitter there are a lot of people who like are quite thirsty for Seteth as well, which I think has actually swayed, like unconsciously swayed my bias towards him a little bit. And yeah, it's wild because like I don't go out of my way to consume any like to like see any content of him, but I just like his presence as a character somehow. Shamir, I like her a lot. More or less than Dorothea? I'd say a little bit more. She's just really cool, and she's so like smooth and chilled. Um, and something I do like is that Shamir, yeah, doesn't really, I guess, in contrast to Catherine, it doesn't have like such blind loyalty. So like she is like she kind of does change her allegiances in different routes. And also she's like, I've been using her in Three Hopes a bit, and so I've been remembering like I like why I like her a lot. I like her design wise as well. I like her, but I do like her dynamic with Catherine. They're just, you can't separate them. I always paired them together in the routes that I could recruit them together. I just can't see her with anyone else. Yeah, she's just really great. Also an archer, so natural accidental bias without me even realizing, but it do be like that. Except Bernadetta, who is also an archer, but right at the bottom. I feel so bad. Sothis. I like Sothis a lot. The gremlin living in Byleth's brain. When I put it like that, I actually like her a bit more. Do I like her more than Linhart? Yeah, I do. I liked her presence throughout the Three Houses story, and when we were without Sothis, it felt like things felt really empty, because she sort of acted like as a second-hand commentary to everything. And also, like, I guess, yeah, it's just funny that Byleth has this little, like, Byleth is completely blank-faced, and then they have Sothis, who's like expressing every thought that comes to her head in their brain. I think that's quite fun. And like the fact that, yeah, no one knows what, like so many characters are like anticipating, oh yeah, like the goddess, what, like she's so elegant and so graceful, and then like we see Sothis and she's just like this kid, you know, giving sassy commentary. Yeah, I do like her a lot. She's really great. But yeah, I don't know if I love her or not. I feel like closer to the time of release I might have like had her a bit higher, but yeah, I'm not too sure. And then we're ending on great music to rank Sylvain to. Let's go. God. Sylvain. Okay. Between oh wait, that's not how it goes. Sothis for the win. True. I love her so much. Or in this case, I like her a lot so much. Sylvain, which of these? A bit less. Yeah, he goes between them. Sylvain, yeah, he's another Clown Kirby music for Sylvain. Look, I'm ready to bully him even. Yeah, it's perfectly fitting. Sylvain is great though. Yeah, he's where do I start with him? He's such a problem. I love him. Like he's like, yeah, I think design wise, I actually like, I'll start with design wise. I think his pre-skip design is the best one, and I'm really torn on whether I like his post-skip haircuts or not, because for some reason they have thrown me off, and that's why he's not in a tier higher. It's for completely shallow reasons, but personality wise he's just so great. Like, he obviously does, like, behaves in ways that are not great, but like we see the reasoning behind it and adds like layers to his character, and it's like the game doesn't treat him like he's right for being that way, but like that, yeah, and then but like he still kind of has to come like unlearn that, and we sort of see that too, which I think is really cool. Clown music is destroying me. And I like his interactions with other characters. Okay, actually, yeah. One of the reasons why I like Sylvain a lot is because like I think he brings together the blue lines in a quite fun way. Like especially the childhood friends part of them. Um, he they're all so exasperated with him. It's so funny. Like that, yeah, that's a point of unity for all of them. Um, I especially love his dynamic with Felix because yeah, I especially when Three Houses came out, I was a big Sylvix enthusiast, and I still kind of am. Um, yeah, I their supports are really endearing. I remember that. Yeah, he's a great character. Um, and I'm trying to think of other things to say right now because I feel like I have more to say. Yeah, he's just like quite an in-depth layered character as well. I do think it's funny that loads of people like there's every once in a while there's discourse about people liking Sylvain. Like people will be like people assume that if you like Sylvain, you agree with the way he treats women or something, and I'm like, no, literally every Sylvain fan bullies him relentlessly for being terrible, and that's a yeah, he's like but then yeah, he still has other parts of his personality that are likable as well, so it's like, it balances out a bit. Well, not balances, I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, it's like he's as a character he's just really interesting. Yeah, I do like him a lot because he's just a bit of a chaotic guy, and I live for a bit of that chaos in my life. But yeah, I guess with that, I have ranked all the playable Three Houses cast. With yeah, Gatekeeper also he's at the top because he is Gatekeeper, and he's gatekeeping all the others from going anywhere higher. But it's this I've learned a lot about my own taste in the characters through ranking them like this. Part of me is like, do I screenshot this and send and let the mass of Twitter know what I think? Because I mean, actually, yeah. Let me print screen. Cause like, yeah, there's no way. What have I just done? What have I done? What have I done? I pressed F. Why did I press that? No. Whatever that was, it did not happen. You did not see that. I think I accidentally pressed F12 or something, and I don't know how. But yeah. Gatekeeper doing his job exactly. Nothing to report except maybe questionable taste. Yeah, that is my takes. How long have I been? Oh, 1 hour 22, which is, yeah, I think a good time for like well, I've been live for a bit longer, but recording has been shorter. And thankfully, nothing on my computer imploded during that time, which is really great. And yeah, so that is my Three Houses opinions, or character opinions, which yeah, I myself am like, I don't know what to think about these. I didn't realize that I thought of some characters like this until I just tried to rank them against each other, and it's quite funny to me. Yeah, thank you for everyone for coming along. Yeah, guess I'm gonna like start wrapping things up here. I hope that this was enjoyable and interesting, and I hope that my everyone's opinion of me has stayed intact. Woohoo, thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming and sticking around. It was a fun time. And I'm looking forward to hopefully, getting on the Pokemon Violet, that's the name. Pokemon Violet motive soon. Hopefully within the week. I might yeah, I might do some evening streams, just thinking about time and like stuff like that. If I'm busier in certain days, then I might have to do some evening streams in my time, or yeah, I might mix it up a bit, just because then I can operate across various time zones. I don't know how it works, but yeah, this was a fun time. And let me switch over to the stream ending screen so I can make use of it. Here we go. Yeah, thank you for watching and coming along. Um, and I will hopefully see everyone soon. And yeah, I hope this was a fun time. I think I'm repeating myself a bit because I'm like, how do I wrap this up? How do I just go abruptly? And also, I want to leave it on the screen for just a little bit longer, I guess. But and make use of the end screen. I will figure out how this stuff works. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I get the feeling that my on-screen like chat and alert, I think the alerts might be working, but the chat doesn't seem to be working, which is something I might need to look into. But the only thing with YouTube is that it doesn't let me. I don't remember how I tested the chat overlay out with when I was streaming on Twitch. I'm wondering if, I mean, I'm using Stream Elements for that, so I'm wondering if I can just I might be able to just do it directly through OBS, which in that case it might work. But at least I can see chat, so that's the main thing. And on YouTube, you guys can see chat as well. But yeah, that is everything. I will talk to everyone soon. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. And thank you so much for coming along. Bye.